everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Seriah Alexus. Today we're going to be jumping right into the video. We're going to be talking about how I edit my Instagram photos. Basically, I just started getting into making my Instagram look more professional, more aesthetically pleasing, and I've been using some of these apps for a while now, but I'm just starting now to really take my Instagram more seriously. I like the content that I'm creating on there, and I always have fun taking pictures, so there's that. So I decided that I want to split this video into two parts. There's going to be this part here where I'm talking about how I edit my photos, and then I'm going to have another part showing you guys how I take my photos. I kind of feel like I'm doing this backwards, but turn on the bell notifications to see part 2 on how I actually take my pictures, locations, poses, things like that. So after I go through showing you guys all the different apps that I use, I'm going to take you through the process of me actually editing an Instagram photo that I will be posting for a brand. Let's jump into the main apps that I use for Instagram. There's like 4, I think. Yeah, 4 main apps, and then we'll talk about apps that I use for special effects and to get like more of a creative type of look for my photos. So the 4 main apps that I use for Instagram is Lightroom, VSCO, Facetune, and sometimes Snapseed. The reason why I have all these apps is because I don't want to pay for using all of them, so I do use the free version. The first app that I use is Lightroom. Alright, so I was kind of late to jump on the Lightroom bandwagon, but now that I did, I love it, and it does really give you more control on editing your photos than VSCO does. I still use VSCO, but we're getting to that. So with Lightroom, I bought presets online that I can use to put on my pictures, but I do not pay for Lightroom like a subscription. My budget said no. I want all my Instagram pictures to kind of look the same. That was something that I struggled with before, and also just having a cohesive feed that looks put together. So I decided to just spend like a one-time purchase. The good thing about Lightroom, this has helped me so much. It helped me save so much time. I don't have to go and physically adjust every single picture that I upload. I can just boom, put the preset on there and be done, and do like any other type of touch-ups or editing that I need to do. So after everything is looking good in Lightroom, then I'll move over to Facetune, and that's where I like smooth out my skin. I don't like to overdo it where like my skin looks fake. There was some pictures that I've done where I feel like I've overdid the smoothing effect, and I feel like that just doesn't look natural. It's also where I whiten anything in the photo. So let's say my eyes, my teeth, you can whiten like the walls. I also use the matte tool just because if my face is really oily, I have really oily skin, sometimes you don't have time to like blot it while you're taking pictures. So I just use the matte tool, and it really helps a lot with smoothing your skin, making it look clear. Also, the black and white tool is also cool. You can make just certain parts of the photo black and white if you want. I don't purchase all the other stuff because I don't really need it, and don't ask me, I'm not the one to be showing you how to reshape anything, okay? I do not touch that tool because no. After Facetune, then I'll go to VSCO, and this is pretty much the process. It's usually Lightroom, Facetune, then VSCO. And in VSCO, I don't really do anything because one, I already have my filter, which is the preset from Lightroom. What I mainly use VSCO for now is to do minor edits. Let's say like I look at the picture and I see like the highlights is still kind of too high, so I'll turn down the highlights, things like that. But the main thing that I use VSCO for now is just to add green to my pictures. I like adding like a little bit of green. I kind of wanted to go with like this little like retro type of vibe for my pictures, so I add a little bit of green to it to make it look a little spicy. That's pretty much all I do in VSCO now. The other app that I mentioned is Snapseed. I pretty much just use this app just for one thing, and that is the healing effect. Let's say there's something in the photo I don't want, I can just tap it and it'll pretty much like take it away. I think Facetune and Lightroom both have like healing effects, but that's the premium version and we need the free version. So instead of me paying for the premium version for both of those apps, I just downloaded another app called Snapseed that allows me to do it for free. That's pretty much all I use Snapseed for. So moving on to the apps that I use for special effects. Alright, so one app that I really like is PixArt. PixArt is good for adding like any special effects that you want to add. I actually use PixArt to edit my thumbnail pictures, which I'll be making a video on also. But it's kind of like Photoshop but for your phone, and you can add fun effects and edits to your photo. The main thing that I will probably add to like my Instagram pictures if I want to use PixArt is do the line art. They have this really nice effect where you can add line art. I did it for this picture here and I really like that, so I'll use PixArt for that. Another cool app is Retouching. I actually just found this app and it's nice because it adds like this retro effect, which I told you is kind of like the aesthetic that I'm going for. They have specific themes. They have like the date that goes on the side. The only thing I would say, if you're using the free version for Retouching, they do add a watermark. It's very small, but it's like at the bottom of the photo when you save it, and that's so annoying. But usually what I do is I just crop the watermark out. Yes, another app that I use is called Momento. I hope I'm saying that. Am I saying that? That's another app that I use, and I pretty much just use this app to make my photos look like videos. It's kind of like a GIF maker, but I did it for one of my other pages and it's nice. I like it. It turns your pictures into like a little video. The last app I will mention for this video for creative edits is Pixaloop. I love this app. It's so creative. But basically what it does, it just adds movement to your photos while everything else is still. It's a really nice app and it's also free. Hey guys, it's a brand new day. The other video that I filmed for this, the whole audio was messed up because I think my mic is broke, so I'm not using a mic right now. So if the audio sounds a little bit different, I apologize for that. So what I'm gonna do is take you guys along with me editing one of my pictures that I'm gonna be posting on my Instagram, and then I'm just gonna have my phone here so you guys can see what I'm doing while I screen record everything. I really like this picture, so we're gonna choose this one. So the first thing that I do is I go to Lightroom, which I told you before. That's like the first step with everything, so I can get everything color corrected and add my presets on there. So just looking at this picture, it just looks overexposed. So let's see if my preset does anything about that. Kinda doesn't really do anything about the overexposure, so I'm gonna have to do some editing. Let's just go to light and I'm gonna change the exposure down a little bit. And I'm also gonna bring down the shadows so I'm not too washed out. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep the shadows there. And then for the contrast, I'm gonna keep the contrast at around like 20 something, 30. Okay, so after I do that, I also turn my saturation down because I don't like my pictures overly saturated. I kind of like the saturation to be lower. So I turn my saturation down, but although the saturation's down, I kind of keep it vibrant because I still want it to be bright. So I still have the vibrance. Actually, I'm kind of liking, no, let's keep it vibrant. Yeah, I think I like that. And then I love the blues to kind of be like this pale blue color. As you can see, I'm just turning down the luminance of the blues, and that's just basically how bright or dark it is. And when I turn it down, you can kind of see more definition in the clouds, so I'm just going to turn that down. And you can change the hue of the blues, which is really cool. That's also something that I really like about Lightroom. So you can make it purple if you want, you can make it pink, but here I'm just gonna keep it blue and then turn the saturation down 40. I like how that looks. And this is pretty much what I do when I'm editing my photos. If the preset that I put on there doesn't really match the photo that I'm editing, then I will kind of adjust the settings on that particular photo. But I don't have to do too much since the presets are already set to how I like it. I don't have to edit it that much, but each photo is different. So, and then the effects here, I always like the texture to be kind of lowered because it kind of smooths everything out. I think I'm gonna sharpen it just a little bit just because this is a picture I'm posting for a company, so I want it to be clear, a clear photo. And that's it. I don't have the healing tool or the selective tool for Lightroom, unfortunately. So this is the before and this is the after with the preset. So then I just save that picture. Guys, it's been a long day. I'm tired. Okay, after I move from Lightroom, then I go to Facetune. The first thing I love to do is the retouch tool. I use the whiten tool and I go in and just whiten anything that needs to be white in the picture. So I'm wearing Air Force Ones that are kind of getting old and nasty, so I just whiten those. I'm also gonna whiten the white part of the shirt so that it stands out more. So then I'm gonna whiten my eyes so it doesn't look like I've been smoking all day. And I think I'm gonna leave it like that. So the next tool that I use is the smoothing tool, and I use this tool to smooth out my face. My chin was kind of breaking out, so, and I probably like turn it down just a little bit just so it looks more realistic because nobody's skin is that smooth. And then I'm gonna use the detail tool. The detail tool, I love this tool, especially if you have curly hair. It just makes your curls look so defined because I feel like the camera can sometimes wash out the definition of your curls. So I'll use that, and then I use the detail tool for my eyelashes. lashes, make those darker. I'll use it for my nose ring. I use it for my earrings. Always got a pair of hoops on. And then for the shirt, just so it stands out more, because that's the main reason why I took these pictures. And then there's the matte swatch. My nose does look a little bit oily, and that's it. I would use the vibrance tool, but my skin already looks saturated, so I usually just use it for my skin. And boom, save that. That's pretty much it. So with that photo though, I feel like it would be kind of cool if it had the pixel loop effect, which is where it makes things in the background move. It kind of turns your pictures into little short videos. So I think that would look really nice for this photo. Okay, and I think I'm gonna just make the clouds in the back move. Now I'm just anchoring. How many anchors do I need to do? I think that's good. All right, so then I just export that, and where is it? Oh, and voila, here it is. It doesn't seem like much, but that's okay. And that's pretty much how I edit my photos, guys. I will just throw that picture into Planoly. You know, I can't pronounce things. That is pretty much it. As you can see, I love to use the free versions for everything. The only thing that I purchased were the presets for Lightroom, but that saves so much time and I don't have to go and edit every single picture. So stay tuned for part 2, where I show you guys how I actually take my Instagram pictures. Make sure that you definitely subscribe for more videos and to see part 2 of this video. If you made it to the end, thank you so much. Make sure that you leave me a comment below on your favorite Instagram apps that you like to use to edit your pictures to help me and everyone out. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. I'ma let you in, you gon' feel on it. I'ma let you in, I got 5 on it. Dolo through the city on some big shit. And shout out all my niggas that I came with. Now we all rich, yeah, we own it.